But so we're talking kind of theoretical right now, high level. Let's jump into some numbers based on a sales conversation I've had recently, and let's add it up. So I've been talking to this company, and the person I've been talking to kind of quickly realized the potential here and how it adds up. And it was a little surprising for them because after a few sales conversations, I had enough data to share with them some very simple numbers. And basically, the numbers were this. Their average new client is worth $50,000. So they get a new client to sign, $50,000. That's a pretty nice number. And based on the marketing foundation they had, if they started promoting webinars, they estimated that they could generate 50 registrations that were qualified per event, as long as they were sharing new content. So, and then if you think about that research from raintoday.com, if we think about what percentage of qualified registrants will buy in the next 24 months, that number is 75%. So you probably get where I'm going with this, some very simple numbers. They were thinking about doing 12 events a year. So just an event a month, which is a great number to start at, to keep people nurtured, to have your sales team be able to invite people to upcoming webinars, follow up on the last one. It keeps everyone busy and it keeps your marketing engine purring. So they were thinking about 12 events a year. So when you look at that, $50,000 a client, 50 prospective clients per event, 75% of those 50 are going to buy within the next 24 months and doing 12 in a year. Well, that number adds up pretty quickly for this firm, and it was $22 million of opportunity identified. Now, an important thing here, I didn't say $22 million of opportunity generated. That's not what this did. By having the thought leadership webinars, they didn't generate opportunity. They identified opportunity that was out there, and they got people to raise their hands so they could start putting these prospects on their radar. And so they were able to, find this $22 million of opportunity, which again is not to say that they're going to win all that $22 million. Probably not even close. But if they execute their events and continue following this content approach, they will certainly have a shot at that additional $22 million in sales, as long as they remember the 5 facts and the 5 keys based on the facts that address how people like to buy and how you can make your webinars into the most effective sales tool possible. And so the first one is to remember to share their expertise. Don't tire people out with demo after demo. And while you're bringing them in for your thought leadership webinars, engage them. Find out more about them and let them find out more about you by answering their questions and responding to their challenges. And thirdly, ask for sales-ready leads to identify themselves. That's going to be the most popular one with your sales team. When you start telling them, hey, let's stop doing demos solely. I'm not saying don't do demos anymore, but stop focusing solely on demos. Let's start doing marketing lead generation events. If you tell them, by the way, 5 to 20% of the attendees are going to say they want calls from you right away, they're going to get on board pretty quickly. And fourth, immediately follow up with all qualified registrants. And maybe that's the trade-off. If you say, hey, I'm going to give you all these really hot sales-ready leads, but I also need you to follow up on all these other people that are more long-term investment, but it's going to help you in the long term. That's where we see sometimes a little bit of conversation between marketing and sales because it is a lot of work, but it does pay off in the long term, which is why you need to track and measure so you can continue getting the buy-in from your entire organization around this process. And if you follow these steps outlined, you will see your events more effectively sell and uncover the full potential of the opportunity out there. Just like the prospect I was talking to that found out, hey, if I start doing these events, I'm going to uncover $22 million of opportunity I might not have uncovered before doing marketing and lead generation events that are content-based.